Hey guys, HDvee here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got quite a few updates to go over for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Some new Indigo Disk DLC information from the latest previews has now come to light. We also have events that have been cancelled for the Generation 9 games and then a few other bits and bobs to go over as well. Plenty of things to break down and get into today. So if you're excited for the video, as always, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes. It does really help out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we cover in today's video. Subscribe if you're brand new for daily Pokemon content, ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way though, let's get into the video and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, just a little bit more information about the Indigo Disk DLC from the recent previews for the second part of the Hidden Treasure of Area Zero. Massive shout out to Light for translating all of this information. So this is from the Spanish previews that of course have been translated from Light, and there is a little bit of new information in here to go over today. So we have Light here tweeting out saying, alright, so I've been watching all the Spanish videos that played the premiere and I recap more information about the Indigo Disk DLC. So there will be more zones to explore inside the terrarium. I'm not sure if he's talking about more than the 4 we already know about, if there's going to be like some little mini secret zones or something, like maybe some cave entrances, which would be really cool because obviously it would just make the exploration even better and stuff. But yeah, I'm not sure if they're just talking about more zones than the one they actually explored in the preview, which of course is the Ameris one. We then have him going on to say there are a lot of new stuff that have been not revealed yet, so obviously they're not going to reveal everything in the preview because they're going to want to show something when hopefully we get a trailer or when we obviously play the game ourselves or the DLC ourselves. But yeah, there's going to be a ton of more information and ton of more gameplay features and stuff like that when we actually play the Indigo Disk DLC, if that wasn't obviously obvious. You can't invert the controls though when you play the time trials with the flying mode. So obviously inverted control is like when you're like pointing up, the Pokemon will go like down, and some people like playing it so when you like point up the Pokemon goes up, and then when you point down the Pokemon goes down. But yeah, unfortunately you can't change inverted controls. It's just going to be like that for the time trials and just for flying in general for the Indigo Disk DLC. So again, if we are able to fly outside of these trials, which we're expecting to be the case, then yeah, they are just going to be inverted controls. You will not be able to change that in the Indigo Disk DLC, which is a little bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. There are kind of similar music from Unova in certain zones of the terrarium, which kind of makes sense. Obviously, a lot of people would be saying, oh, that means like it's going to be Unova next year and stuff, which is still very likely going to be the case, but we also have to remember that Blueberry Academy is in Unova, so there's going to be Unova music. It just makes sense. But again, it is still, I'd like to think, a bit of a hint towards next year's potential Unova games, whether that be Black and White remakes or Black and White 3 or Paradox Unova, Legends of Kyurem, whatever it's going to be. It might be a slight hint to that as well. We then have him saying there has been adjustments to the AI in order to offer more competitive battles. So for example, they will focus on your Pokemon with less HP or take profit of the elemental weaknesses. So we know that the battles are going to be a lot more competitive, especially for the gym leaders, or the Elite Four should I say, but as well as them having competitive teams like EV and IV trained and Right Natures and everything like that, they will also be smart enough to know that, you know, if your Pokemon is on like half HP, they will target that Pokemon with both of theirs to knock it out, in just like you would in a normal battle. You know, they're going to be making smart moves, smart plays, stuff like that, and they're also going to take advantage of the elemental weaknesses as well, so type effectiveness and stuff. So if they have a Pokemon in that's strong against one Pokemon, then they will use that move on that Pokemon. They're not going to be stupid and like, say there's a Gengar out there and you've got a, I don't know, a Banette, you like maybe in the past the AI would maybe just not target the Gengar with the Banette, but now it would like sucker punch it or something like that just to make sure that it dies. So yeah, that's another thing going into it, which I guess at the end of the day is just increasing the difficulty of the Indigo Disk, which we know is going to be difficult anyway. So I don't know, I like the idea of it being really, really tough. It will kind of like prolong it as well, because it won't mean that everyone will just like shoot through it. Like if there's actual difficult battles that you need to prepare for and stuff, I guess it would just make it a bit longer. I don't know. Anyway, the last thing is there will be 18 cubes, like resting areas, representing each type along the terrarium. In the images, you can see a pink one representing the fairy type, yellow and blue being for electric and water. So I don't know if we already knew that from the previews or not, but basically, yeah, there are going to be 18 different cube resting areas where I'm assuming you can heal and stuff, because obviously on this resting area, there is a healing station and there is also a kind of vending machines so you can buy items and stuff like that. So that, I'm assuming, means there's going to be 18 different kind of resting spots and 18 different places you can buy items and stuff, because there's another one here as well in this resting spot. There is a healing item here, or a healing machine, and then also the vending machines in the back. So yeah, 18 different healing spots and 18 different vending machines throughout the Blueberry Academy. So they are all of the latest updates for the Indigo Disk DLC. Massive shout out to Light again for translating all of this information. But yeah, I don't think we'll get any more from the previews now. I think that's pretty much everything that we have already covered. Moving on, let's go over some cancelled events for the Generation 9 game. Cerebi here tweeting out saying, Cerebi update, the planned Pokemon Scarlet and Violet online competition for Japan, the Dragon King Battle Qualifier, has been cancelled after an issue was found where players could replace Koraidon or Miraidon in their team. I don't know why you would want to, because obviously they're like the best probably options you could bring to this online tournament. But yeah, this has been cancelled now. I'm assuming it's going to be cancelled for everybody, because I think it was going live for us a little bit later. But yeah, this has since been cancelled. We have Boki Experto also talking about saying the Dragon King tournament has been cancelled in Japan. It looks like some players figured out how to alter their combat gear to switch to Koraidon or Miraidon. Game Freak is going to try to solve the problem though, to see if the tournament can be organised again. So if they do manage to sort out this glitch, then they will obviously just make this tournament available again. But it just seems to be another case of issues with the whole online. Obviously, we had that whole raid situation when I think it was like Chestnut was the 7-star raid with the paradoxes, when that all obviously went bad, and then they took like a month to fix all that, and now we're having problems with this as well, which is really unfortunate, but it is what it is. Can't really get away from it. It just seems like they are not, I guess they're not like fully prepared and stuff for these things to go live. It is unfortunate to see these sort of things happen. But anyway, that event has been cancelled, and you know, if it gets reinstated or whatever, of course I will let you guys know. So if you were looking forward to using Koraidon and Miraidon online, unfortunately you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer if they end up fixing this, which they might not even. They might just, you know, Indigo Disk might be out, and then they might start concentrating on that, because I'm assuming they're going to have events and stuff like that for the Indigo Disk when that drops, so they might not be able to fit this in to any kind of weekend. Maybe they'll have a free weekend where they can fit it in, but seems unlikely. Anyway, that's that. Moving on, we've got some quick 4chan Cora leaks from Poki Experto, Art of Roy's Mysterious Pokeball from the Pokemon Horizons anime published in Japan's TV magazine. So obviously a lot of the anime is kind of revolving around this mysterious ball, and of course Terrapagos and stuff like that. There's clear links between Terrapagos and this mysterious ball. Whether that's going to be related to the games or not, we'll have to wait and see. But of course, with Cora we are getting a few mystery gifts. We know we're getting some Paradox mystery gifts in next month's issue in December, and then we're also going to get some more Paradox Pokemon mystery gifts in January. So obviously look out for those. When those mystery gifts do go live, we'll of course let you know when obviously that is a thing. But yeah, some quick Cora stuff there. Moving on and finishing things off, we have this interview to go over here from Pokemon. So this was posted on Go Nintendo, saying Pokemon Go's goal is to keep the franchise alive for hundreds of years. So way past our lifetimes, really. Pokemon is still going to be going. So this is the interview here. So yeah, Pokemon Co's goal is to keep the franchise alive for hundreds of years. There's a lot of Pokemon to catch. When Pokemon first started to become popular, people were already calling for its death. When the franchise exploded onto the scenes back in the late 90s, there were countless articles saying its days were numbered, labeled the series as a fad. Those comments couldn't have been more off base, as it's 27 years later and the franchise is bigger than ever. Pokemon Co has done an impressive job growing the franchise so far, and they no doubt want to take things even higher. Just how far do they want to take things? In an interview with The Guardian, Pokemon Co has plans to keep things running a long time. So this is the actual interview. This is what they said. So my job, I spend all day, every day thinking about Pokemon, which I guess is a lot like my job, I guess, but obviously to a completely different extent. Our goal is to keep the Pokemon for hundreds of years, making sure it survives well past our lifetimes. It's easy to just focus on adults that have a lot of disposable income. You can see their reactions in real time on social media, but we need to make sure that we are still keeping the younger kids interested. Kids are very honest. They won't play something they don't like. If your brand feels old or boring, they will immediately dismiss it. So for everyone worrying that Pokemon might, you know, fizzle out or anything, don't worry. They are planning to keep it going for a very, very long time, hundreds of years into the future. Also quite interesting to note that they do look at like social media and stuff. So obviously they have seen people kind of talking about social media. I think there's actually been a different interview as well where they talk about like feedback and stuff from social media and how they have been like kind of watching and looking and stuff. So they don't really respond to much on social media, but they do kind of apparently look at it and stuff. So they would have seen all of the kind of negative feedback and stuff on the frame drops and everything. And I mean, a lot of the glitches as well in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are first kind of aired out on Twitter or X or whatever, and that is when a patch seemingly like comes out and they like know instantly about this glitch. So I think they do have people that literally just scour the internet looking for these glitches and stuff, so they know when to like patch things and whatever, apart from the frame drops obviously. But either way, that is going to be everything for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please do consider hitting the like button down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes. It does really help out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we covered in today's video. What are your thoughts on the latest Indigo Disk DLC updates? What are your thoughts on this being cancelled, this event? And as well as that, what are your thoughts on Pokemon being around for hundreds of years, way past our lifetimes? But yeah, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're brand new for daily Pokemon content. Ring the notification bell. It's everything from me. Have a great rest of your day. And until next time, peace.